Scotland is, without doubt, a beautiful country. Its iconic landscapes are known the world over, from the rolling hillsides and tranquil valleys of the borders, and the dramatic mountains, lochs and glens of the Highlands, to the rugged beauty of the country's coastline. It's what draws millions of visitors to Scotland each year. But sadly, not everyone is respectful of our environment. It is estimated that around 475 pieces of litter are dropped every single minute across Scotland, which works out at a staggering 15,000 tonnes or 250 million items of rubbish per year. That's roughly 50 pieces of rubbish, mostly chewing gum, cigarette butts, drinks containers and food packaging, for every person living here. And with Scotland's budgets being continually cut by the UK government and England, cuts are being forced on councils throughout Scotland. And with tight budgets, local authorities are under pressure to keep up with the mammoth task of clearing it all up. But there are many groups of volunteer litter pickers throughout Scotland, helping to keep Scotland beautiful. One of these volunteer groups is run by Yes Prestwick. These local heroes regularly go out combing the beautiful local beach and areas of the town, collecting every scrap of litter they see. In fact, says Peter Lang of the Yes Prestwick litter pickers, members of the group regularly drive around the town looking for litter hotspots, and they find clearing it up surprisingly enjoyable and rewarding.
Sometimes there's only the two of us. We have had 3 or 4, 5 and 6. It's when people are available. That's the main thing, to find we drive around looking for litter. Now, I know that sounds, you might be going out enjoying yourself. Well, we kind of enjoy ourselves going about, and when we see loads of litter, it gives you a sense of satisfaction to be able to clear it up. Today there's been a great turnout. Obviously there's not so much litter in Prestwick Beach. We did this, it's mainly for the venue because it shows the beauty of Ayrshire. But there is some, we've been in a few estates and we've made a difference, and I feel that everyone, if they get involved, they can make a difference.
What's been the local council's reaction to your group collecting litter?
At first they were not too keen on it. They didn't like picking up Yes branded bags. But after conversations, as long as we do it safely and place the bags for uplift, we notify them in a safe place for uplift, it's working well. And again, it saves the council. I'm hoping to do a transformation that benefits everyone. Yes, it will benefit the council because they're saving money, but for the community itself, and I don't think there'll be anyone that says, oh, why did you clean up the rubbish on top of that bin the seagulls were swooping down on? I don't think anyone will complain. They might just be saying, oh, the Yes bags, come on. I think 99% of people will support this.
Has the fact that the local Prestwick Yes group is running this initiative helped to promote the independence cause?
Absolutely. I think because it's the enthusiasm, and it's something that can't be criticised. Handing out leaflets in the main street can be inconvenient, pieces of paper, literature. Marches are inspirational, but this is something that's a good thing to do for the community, number one. No one likes to see litter. It's a blight in society. They say it's a systemic of a society that's lost faith in itself. So I think, we're looking forward to really getting out there, getting the job done. Actions count more than words, and we're hoping to be very active.
Although increasing the visibility of the independence movement is part of this initiative, the key motivation remains collecting unsightly litter, as councils are being forced to make cuts to spending across the board. Improving communities in this practical way fits in with the theme of creating a better Scotland than we have now as part of the Union, which has led to decades of austerity and cuts. It's something the whole community can get behind, says Peter Lang.
So this started, litter is a kind of scourge, and it's easy to walk past. It's unacceptable, and I think we shouldn't accept it. So I did my first litter pick several weeks ago, and found it incredibly addictive to fill bags. And as I say, it's very satisfying. It's a very satisfying activity, and I've found we did put some pictures up of the litter pick and got 1,000 views. We added some music to it, and the amount of messages of support, we want to get involved, was superb. Consequently, although this is a Prestwick Yes initiative, we've had several branches that are interested, and we're hoping to scale up the activity. Councils are skint. People will say, oh no, get the council to do it, but they've cut kids' clubs. In Ayrshire, several kids' clubs have closed. I know this, my daughter volunteers. They've cut the numbers down to 20, so if 22 kids go to a kids' club, they turn 2 away because they can't pay staff. They're not going to send people out to do litter. So I think it's a great thing if every branch of Yes, and also non-political, we've got 2 people out at the moment who just collect to do litter picks on their own. So it's a non-political thing. Yes, we support independence, but I think everyone supports improving the community. This is a community activity, and we hope we can go from strength to strength.
Retired air traffic controller Tom Mather agrees that councils can no longer support many of the services they once did.
Yeah, it started doing litter picking months and months ago. So this is only my second time. It was cold, but it was valuable. And the most important thing, I think, is the very fact that people out on walking their dogs, seeing us wearing our high-vis Yes jackets is very important, because it's so vital that people realise the Yes campaign is still going, it's still strong. You're not going to see any no people out there litter picking or doing anything. We've got to keep a high profile. There's an awful lot of people who have said that the independence movement is going slow, and that might be a political aspect. But the Yes movement is very strong, and it's getting stronger. So the more that we are seen and we are doing things, it doesn't matter how many there are of us doing it, as long as we keep doing it, it's vital. In terms of litter picking itself, there's a huge amount still out there. Now, we could argue that the council should be doing more, but as we know, the councils are restricted financially, and where do they get their money from? The Scottish Government. Where do they get their money from? And a lot of people don't understand that it's from Westminster, and that same old story comes up time and time again, that Scotland has so much, but we give so much to Westminster and get a small allocation back. It's like the £10 note to your neighbour, and a year later you get £5.50 back. It's the same story. And independent Scotland, in terms of not just litter, but so many other things, will be able to finance these things far better. A lot of people out there don't even realise that, for example, in food and drink, the 2 top exports out of the United Kingdom are Scotch whisky and Scotch salmon. That's 2 highest. And people don't realise that. Imagine an independent country rather than a country that is financed by Westminster. We give our money to Westminster, Westminster gives us a small bit back. There's so much more out there. It's vitally important that we still continue to keep a high profile. In the Prestwick Yes group, we stand quite often outside the Cross in Prestwick, for those of you that know the Cross. And we just have banners and we advertise it. People honk the horn, they support us. We get abuse sometimes. We sometimes get people that just don't understand. Also, when we knock on doors, the lack of understanding from some people is astounding. They don't understand that the Yes movement is totally different to the political movement. An awful lot of us are involved in politics as well. But the Yes movement is not a political party. It's not associated with SNP, with ALAPA, with Social Democrats, with Greens. Yes, there's members of all those parties within each group of Yes. But Yes is just about that one goal. It's vital.
For many independent supporters like Tom, there is a genuine frustration at the misrepresentation of Scotland in the mainstream media, and the way the devolved Scottish administration gets blamed for funding issues created by Westminster austerity. That's why keeping the profile of independence visible remains an important part of initiatives like this.
Now, obviously, we're part of a Yes group, part of an independence movement of over 2 million. Who better qualified, who want all the best for Scotland to participate? And as the response, as I say, from across the branches, now we've been on social media with it, is phenomenal. This is something that everyone can get involved with, though. It's not specifically an independence thing. I think everyone wants to do their bit. Walking past an overflowing bin pleases no one, and I think we've got to the point now you can't just say, shake your head. I'm hoping to get to a point that on social media we can say, look, if we can target a problem. So if there's any street, any embankment, any bin that's overflowing, contact us. We will send a team out and deal with it. We enjoy doing it, number one. Yes, we're for independence. We will take before and after pictures. We're very proud of what we do. But anyone, political or none, we're happy. We'll give them a litter picker. They can come with us and we can make a difference.
With so many talented people and huge resources, Yes Prestwick's Kirsty Johnston says she cannot understand why anyone wouldn't support Scottish independence.
Scotland is full of talent and resources and innovation, and it's beyond me why people wouldn't support the independence movement. I think that we've got great opportunity, and we feel shackled by the UK. And I think the fear that a lot of people have about independence is often driven through an imbalance in the media. So I personally have focused on looking at the actual statistical data and the research and the evidence, and that's what brought me to become a supporter of independence. And it's really all about my children. I've got 2 boys, teenagers, and I want them to grow up in a nation that will thrive. And at the moment, we really are shackled by the UK.
Initiatives like this are helping to maintain connections and unity within the Yes movement, regardless of people's party political affiliations, says Kirsty.
So the work streams that are happening here with the Yes movement are fantastic in terms of the positive impact that they're having within the community, because ultimately it's keeping our beautiful coastline clean, and it's bringing together a community of people who, regardless of their political persuasion, are all for the indie movement, and that's really, really, important in building that community. So it's really a positive initiative, and it would be great to see more things like this happen along Scotland's coastlines.
If you have enjoyed this film, please like and share, and don't forget to subscribe to the Scotland channel. Hit the bell icon to be notified of new content from the Scotland channel. Support independent Scottish media. Find out how by visiting our website thescotlandchannel.tv.